I have so much to show you today that it's going to take a while. I have some favorites. I have some things that are borderline favorites. I have a couple of empties. I have a couple of projects that I've been working on lately. And let's just start there. The one thing I've never had any interest in whatsoever over the years was quilting. Somebody just jumped up in my lap. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say hey! Say hey, everybody! Hey, everybody! If you don't know him, this is Biscuit. He just turned 1. Yeah, can you say hello? 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 He said that Desi from Little Poet always gets to say hi to everybody at the end of Susan's videos, and he wanted to come up and just say hi too. So, whoops, now he's licking my hand. Biscuit, no. I know some of you are going to ask because you haven't seen him before, but he is a long-haired dachshund. And he is about 10 or 11 pounds. He hasn't been weighed in a while, but I think he's gained a little bit of weight. And his color is British cream. So this is Biscuit. I don't know why, I don't know what it is on my hand. Probably lotion. All right, you're gonna have to get down. You can't stay up here. Okay? He'll probably jump back up. But as I said, here he is. He'll calm down. I've just never been interested in quilting. And I was watching, guess what else is new? A video popped up that got my interest on YouTube. And it was called a jelly roll quilt. And I'm sure many of you have heard of the jelly roll quilts. I had not, but when I saw it, I immediately thought, I think that's something I can do. And I must have watched 10 or 15 videos on how to make jelly roll quilts. And they are super, super easy to make. You do need a sewing machine. And the only thing you need to know how to do is just a straight stitch. And they're called jelly rolls because this is how you make them. This is what you use. And this is just a series of long strips of 2-inch wide fabric, and it's all different designs and patterns, and you just seam them together one after the other, after the other, after the other, until you get one huge long strip, and then you start doubling them up and sewing the sides until you get it the size that you want. So I thought, I can do this. And I went to Joann's and picked out one that I thought I would like, a jelly roll that I thought I would like, and this is it. This is the first one I made. And I would call it a lap quilt. I'm not sure of the exact dimensions. Let me see if it says here. No, this one doesn't say how big. But it will cover the top of a full bed, the full-size bed. So it's pinks and blacks and whites, and it's got the Eiffel Tower and handwriting, and I will tell you what, I will take a picture of it on the bed so that you can see it. And the back is just white, and then I just use black binding on it. So that was my first one, and it took no time to make this. You quilt along the seams, so that makes it super easy. The top of the quilt I put together in probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half. It just went super fast. So as I said, I just watched a ton of YouTube videos and did this. And then I decided to make another one. And I was in Joann's again. And this one is not finished. But this is in yellows. And I have it, you can probably see the safety pins where I have it pinned to, I'm about halfway finished with quilting this. And then all I'll need to do is put the binding on it. And the binding for this one is like an apple green. But I like it. So I've made those. And I like them. All of the girls, the daughter and the daughters-in-law and the granddaughter have all seen that first one, and they've all, you know, tried to take it. But unless I can make 5 of them, none of them are going to get it because they all want it. But speaking of something else I've been doing is I have been on a knitting kick. When we were on that cruise back in May, there was a knitting group that I joined. I was knitting washcloths, or I took some yarn and everything I would need, and I knitted washcloths because we were at sea for 6 days without stopping anywhere or no ports of call. So I had a lot of free time on my hands, and I didn't want to take anything that was real involved or very large. So I took yarn and my needles just to make simple washcloths. Little did I know, but when we got on the ship, there was a group of knitters that cruised together a lot, and they had it printed in the bulletin inviting anyone who knitted or crocheted or did any kind of handwork, and they had it with them. They could come and knit with them, and they knitted every morning at 7 o'clock for an hour or 2 hours. You could stay as long as you wanted to. So I went every single morning and I knitted and got to know those ladies, and we just had the best time. And some of the things they made were just unreal. Many of them brought their projects so that you could see what they were doing. There was one lady who had knitted a dress. It was unreal, the work that went into knitting that dress. What are you looking for?
Lipstick. I don't have any lipstick on.
But it motivated me to come home and maybe pick up my needles and do something. So I was looking for things to do, and I decided to, and I've knitted socks before, but this is a relatively new thing for me. Normally, for those of you who knit, you know that you knit socks from the cuff down to the toe. But this is it's been around for a while, but I've not done this. But you start from the toe and you go all the way up to the cuff, except that you do not knit the heel into the sock. And it's called the afterthought heel. And then once you get the sock knitted, you actually knit in the heel. So I found a pattern that I liked, and this was the first pair I made. And they're gonna have, this pair has, of course, they're sort of a cream color, pink toes, pink cuffs, and this, you may not be able to see it because I have a waist yarn knitted into the sock, and that's where I will knit the heel in later. So this pair, this was the first pair I did, and I'm knitting 5 pair, but this is those, or these are those, and then this is the second pair, and they're sort of a gray tone with a blue toe, a blue cuff, and the heel will be the blue. These are what I call house socks, and you just put them on and wear them around the house in the wintertime or any time to keep your feet warm. You wouldn't wear these outside. You might be able to wear them with a big pair of boots, but they're just knitted out of acrylic. And I've started the third pair, and the third pair, they're green. So you can see the toe, and then the sock, the body of the sock will be white, and then the heel and the cuff will be the mint. So I have decided, and they go really fast, so I've decided just to knit 5 pair. I have a daughter, 3 daughters-in-law, and a grown granddaughter, or she's in college. So I was going to, my plan is to give them stockings in their stockings for Christmas. So each one of them will get a pair of these in their Christmas stocking. And that is it on my handiwork that I've been doing. Something else that has nothing to do with makeup or skincare or even knitting or quilting. I found these, about 3 or 4 months ago. I was watching, it was either Home Shopping or QVC, I don't remember, but I'll find it and put a link to it at the underneath this video. But these are called Maggie's, and let me show you. When I saw these demoed on the show, I was just, it was like, what? So let me take them out of their little case, get the rubber band, and this is what they look like. They're heavy, they're magnets, and you get a silver set and you get a gold set. So let me just show you. It comes in 4 pieces. Let me put that one down because this is one of them. You get the button, and the button, one goes inside your clothes or whatever you're going to connect. They're for your clothes, magnets for your clothes. One goes underneath, and then you have, and this is such a strong magnet, I think they're a little bit harder to separate. You see how hard that was to separate? You get a ring that looks like that, and then you get a little magnet ball, and watch. Well, it connected, jumped out of my fingers. I took on that cruise probably 4 or 5 scarves. Look, do you see? Look at this. See the ball? I mean, that's stuck to that. Okay, I'm gonna hold them in separate hands. The buttons are not magnets, but they attract the magnets. So I took about 4 or 5 scarves to wear probably in the evenings to dinner. I took a couple of pair of black pants, and I took a black shell, and I took a couple of solid black tops. And I thought it would be easy just to put a scarf around my shoulders, a lightweight scarf. And I decided to take these with me. So I'm not going to get up and try this on, although, and this is just a scarf out of my drawer. I think I got this scarf in, actually I think I got this scarf in Barcelona this last trip. But you put the scarf on, and you style it any way you want to. You could have it, well, let me do this first. So you take your scarf and you put a button where, someplace. I've got the button. And then you take the other piece, you put the ring on it. See the ring? Whoops. All right, now the little ball fits on and it's connected. It's going nowhere. And then you put the button on top. So you have a button underneath, you have a button on top. And it holds it in place. And you can wear it any way you want to. I wore it sometimes on the side. Sometimes I turned it around and let it hang in the back. This is wonderful. They were not, it was not expensive at all. I want to say maybe $10 or $15 is all. And just like that. So, a great purchase, a great purchase. I forgot about the scarf. The scarf is really neat, isn't it? I may have gotten that in Seville. The next thing, and again, I can't tell you enough how much I am loving this little fan by Opolar. Opolar maybe. O-P-O-L-A-R. It's probably Opolar. This thing, I use it every single day. I ordered mine off of Amazon, although I had people tell me that Walmart carried this. So I'm going to buy a second one, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to try to get it within the next couple of days, so if Walmart has it, I'll get it there. 3 speeds. If you didn't see me do the review on this, this thing will blow you out of the room. It adjusts, and it has a little stand that you can pop on it. It's a little wire stand to keep it if you want to aim it in a certain direction. But it does not use batteries, although I think you can put batteries in it, but it charges with a USB port. And I've had this now for a couple of months, and I've only had to charge it one time. We're going to the FedEx golf tournament in Memphis in a few days. And in fact, when you're seeing this, I will be there. This is going to be with me on the golf course. And I'm going to get another one. I'm going to try to get another one for Jim because it will be hot. So I am still loving this. One of my best purchases ever. Ever. This is a fail. And this is something that caught me so off guard. I had run out of cotton rounds. I use cotton rounds to take off my eye makeup mainly. And I've been using the ones from the Dollar Tree, and you get, I can't remember if it's 80 or 100 in the long tube. They are just thick enough that they don't tear up, they don't break. I can use one round for both eyes. They work perfectly. So I ran out and I was desperate, and I was in Walmart. And I thought, well, you know what? I hear about Swispers all the time. I'm going to get the Swispers. I'll try them. And actually, I bought this value 3-pack because I thought, well, it was the best deal, actually. And what was funny is that it actually, at that price, they were the same price as the Dollar Tree ones. This was just a little over $3, and I would have spent $3 for a tube of these at the Dollar Tree. And I've only used, there are 3 rolls in here, and I've only used, you can see, part of one roll. I don't like these at all. Not at all. They are so thin you can see through them. They are fuzzy. They tear up. In fact, I have it here as an empty. I use the dupe for the Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover. I've been using this for years to take off my eye makeup, and it's the best thing I've ever used. It's as good, if not better, than coconut oil because it's not as messy, it's not oily, or it's just not greasy. But how I take my eye makeup off is I will shake this, and by the way, this is the Walmart brand, but CVS has their own brand. Walmart has their own brand. I believe Rite Aid, if you have a Rite Aid, they have their own brand, and it's quite a bit cheaper than the Neutrogena brand. But I just saturate my pad with my eye makeup remover, and then basically I just put it over my eye, and I leave it for 2 or 3 seconds, and then I swipe it, and it's just amazing how much of my eye makeup comes off. And if I see any more, I don't pull and tug on my eyes. I just will do this, you know, and gently remove all of my eye makeup. And then I hold that over my finger like that, and I go up underneath and get underneath my lashes and underneath my eye and my eyeliner off of my the rim of my eyes here, and where I tight line under my lashes. And it's like this just melts it off. And then the other side is clean, and I do the same thing on the other side using the same pad. And let's see, I think I now have fuzz in my eye. But anyway, I would never buy these again. The next time I'm in Dollar Tree, I will make sure that I have enough of the Dollar Tree ones that I never run out. These are just, they're like tissue compared to the Dollar Tree ones. I will use these, and these tear. I mean, it takes at least 2 of these to do, because they just tear out. They'll have holes in them. If it wasn't such a hassle to take something back, especially at Walmart, and I don't think I have my receipt, I would take these back. But I'll use them. I'll use them. But speaking of this, I love this. I love it. It's the best. And speaking of cleaning my face, for me, using the right product means that I only have to cleanse my face 1 time at night. I do my eyes, as you said, first, and then I use Purity Made Simple by Philosophy. I have been using this for probably, I don't know, I would say 12 or 15 years. I got away from it for a while, but I've gone back to it in the last year. I love it. I absolutely love it. I buy these giant, enormous sizes. I get them off of, I guess, QVC. And you only have to use like a 1/4 size, but it literally just melts my makeup off of my face. And it rinses super easy. It has just a very pleasant scent to it. It will take my eye makeup off. If I've been without this, and I can put it on my eyes, and it takes my eye makeup. It takes my eye makeup off really well. It just, and my face is clean. But I think part of the reason my face is so clean, well, I know the reason I only have to do 1 cleanse is because I use a Clarisonic. This is, of every beauty tool I have ever used for anything, and I promise you I have tried everything, this is my favorite beauty tool ever, and I think it always will be. I've always said that if my Clarisonic died today, I would have another one to cleanse my face with by the time I went to bed that night. That's how much I love the Clarisonic. I have been using my original Clarisonic. Oh gosh, I had used that for probably 12 years, maybe longer. So I bought my first one when they were first introduced. And up until 2 years ago, I was still using that very same Clarisonic. And it was doing great. It was doing great. And then the Clarisonic people approached me a couple of years ago and told me that they had seen my videos, and they knew that how much I loved it. And they asked me if they could send me the new smart profile system. And I said, yeah, absolutely, yes. And they told me at the time that it would be up to me whether or not I reviewed it. They didn't care one way or the other, but that if I reviewed it, I was to tell you guys that it was a gift to me. They were not asking me to review it. It was strictly a gift, and I've never reviewed it. But let me tell you, and this is not a formal review on this by any means, but I love this. It is so much more advanced than my original Clarisonic. The original looked a whole lot like this, and they have different sizes of Clarisonics now. They have the Mia, which is a smaller version of this, and they have, I think they have another one even that I'm not sure the name of, but I absolutely love this. They have different brush heads, but what I like about the Clarisonic is it works with sonic technology. So what it's doing is as you glide the Clarisonic over your face, it is blasting all of the dirt and grime and makeup out of the pores of your skin. For those of you who use a sonic toothbrush, it's exactly the same as your sonic toothbrush. Your sonic toothbrush is blasting the plaque off of your teeth and from under your gum line and in between your teeth. It's using the sonic action to actually blast it. That's what this does. It blasts it out of your pores. And what a lot of people do with this, and they're doing it wrong, is they press it against their skin, against their face, and rub it. That's not the way you use the Clarisonic. The Clarisonic should just barely, and I mean barely, touch your skin. When you press against it, it stops the sonic action. So you're defeating the whole purpose. There are people who say that they broke out from their Clarisonic. I've been told that when you break out from something that you're using that's new, whether it's a cleanser or usually a cleanser, and you break out from it where you have actual pimples, it's because that product or that instrument has brought the dirt to the surface that hadn't been flushed, I guess, before. So it was dirt and grime that was deep down into your skin, into your pores, and using a new product, because it was different maybe, it's pulling all of that dirt and grime to the surface, and that's what causes the pimple. And so I'm telling you, I love this thing. But if you have a Clarisonic and you don't think you like it, I encourage you to try it. If your skin is not clean, you're wasting your money on your skincare products. Wasting your money. You want it's so debatable out there how deep skincare can really get into your skin, how deep it can go down into your pores to be effective. It's very debatable, and you can find all kinds of people who say it does. You can find others who say it doesn't. But if there is any chance that it can go into my skin, into my pores, then I want to make sure it's not competing with any dirt and grime that's in my pores. I will use my Clarisonic until the day I am no longer in this physical body. That's how much I love it. They're expensive. I've always said this, that if your budget won't allow you to buy this for yourself, save your money. Just put $1 back here, $1 back there, $5. When you have it, put it in a little envelope, tuck it in your lingerie drawer, write Clarisonic on it, and get yourself a Clarisonic. Or if your children are looking for a gift to give you for your birthday maybe, or for Christmas, they could go in together. This would make a wonderful gift. I just can't imagine that you wouldn't like it. And again, I make nothing off of this. I have no coupon code for you. Clarisonic has no idea that I'm even talking about this today, or ever for that matter. Just a couple more things and we're through. I've talked about this before. Ooh, and this is wet on the back. I've talked about this before. I love it. I'm almost out of it, getting ready to go buy a new one. It's the L'Oreal Pure Sugar Scrub Exfoliant. And this particular one is the I don't see the name on it, but it's chocolate and coffee. Smells wonderful. I have a little spatula that I think I bought a pack of these at Sally's. Probably get them a lot of places. And I just use this so that I don't get my nails in there and get it all up under my nails. But I just use this to dip it out, put it on my face, and then do the scrub. I do it in the mornings. My skin is so soft after I do this. I love the way my skin feels. It just gets all of the dead skin off. Everything that's there that's waiting to fall off anyway naturally, I'm getting it off early. I love it. I love it. I used up my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in taupe, so I have purchased a new one of these. Oops. And this is something I've been using too for the last 6 or 8 months, and I love this. This is the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Ultra Hydrating Body Butter. I like anything with argan oil in it, and this is wonderful. This is the unscented, and I'm almost out of this one. I have a backup, but it just, it's the best. It is the best. I just love the way it feels on my skin. It goes all over my body. It just takes a little bit and it goes a long, long way. A long way. Okay, let's see. I've shown you my knitting. I've shown you the quilts. I've cleansed my face. I've shown you the magnets. A little bit of skincare, a little bit of body care. And I think that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me if you've stuck this out. I didn't mean to talk about the Clarisonic for as long as I did, but I am absolutely passionate about the Clarisonic. I believe that by the time you see this, if this post on the day it's supposed to, I will be turning 76. And wow, 76. That I think I say this every year. I think it every year. That's hard to get your mind around. I don't know what it's supposed to feel like being 76. I've been thinking about it, and I'm going to do, in fact, I've already made a few plans. I'm going to vlog my birthday week because I have so much going on that week, and a vlog and hopefully give you some of my thoughts about turning 76 and not just turning 76 but being here on YouTube at this stage of my life. You know, when I first came on YouTube, when I first decided to start this channel, it was because I couldn't find anyone who was my age then. I think I was 68, maybe 67, 68, when I started my channel. And if they were that age, they weren't talking about it. They weren't saying, I am in my late 60s, let's say. They weren't. So YouTube, the beauty community especially, was just dominated by young women, and very young women, and some 40-year-olds and some 50-year-olds, and that was it. And that's why I started the channel. And again, on my daughter's insistence, she had been trying to get me to be on YouTube in the arts and crafts genre for years before I started my channel, and I just didn't want to do it. But oh my gosh, to let you see me age over this time span. I was looking at some old videos the other day of mine, and I had this phrase and some of you have seen it recently because I know you have your new subscribers and you've been binge watching, but it said, I'm 68 and I'm going down fighting, was what you saw when my video first started. And I sort of chuckle about that now because I'm not going down fighting. I no longer have that mindset. I am healthy. I am happy. I am very fulfilled. I don't mind the wrinkles and the sagging skin. That's me. That's who I am. If I wanted fillers, if I wanted procedures, if I wanted facelifts, I would have had them a long time ago. If I didn't have the money, I would have saved. I would have saved. I would have sold belongings that were no longer very important to me. I would have figured it out. I don't want it. I don't know how long I'm going to continue with YouTube. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it. I'm here as long as I'm here. But what I've noticed big time in the last 6 or 8 months, really the last year, is my audience is really shifting. You're changing. You're finding me. When I looked at my analytics here on YouTube, my numbers, and studied them, up until a year or so ago, my demographic was all over the board. I had very young women who, and I mean young, still in their teens, tell me that I reminded them of their grandmother. I've had a little bit older women tell me that I remind them of their mother, or maybe their mothers or their grandmothers have already died and they see me as that figure and that's why they watch me. I have younger women telling me that they have always been scared to death of aging, and I have taken that fear away from them. In the past year, year and a half, over 50% of my subscribers and my viewers are over the age of 65. What does that tell you? Over 50% over the age of 65. And those are the only ones that YouTube is able to track because of how you've signed in and set up your Google accounts. Or you've given the information so that they could track that information. That's what they know about. It could be much higher than that. And I know from your comments, your sweet, sweet comments, that many of you are at least as old as I am, if not older. So I feel honored to be able to share this journey with you. And as I said, I'm gonna do a vlog for a whole week and sort of share my feelings about how I feel about reaching 76 years old. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in there. But we'll talk about that in that video. But one thing that so many of you tell me in your comments, and I'll probably always end my videos with something about being kind, but you thank me for reminding you to be kind. So we're going to end here and just go out and be kind today. Be kind, okay? It'll make you feel so much better. And just think of that person that you're being kind to, how you've made their day. I love you, and I'll see you soon.